good morning. Thank you for taking the time to talk to us this morning. You just mentioned a little talk about the Apex. That's cool that some people still have a good place in their heart for it, with like the fans aren't loving it. Back, here we go again. Does it feel like a little bit of a homecoming since, you've been to many arenas and have fought there before?
Yeah, the Apex is awesome. It's really easy. It's a nice, nice in and out. You get in there, often you get a private room instead of a shared locker room, handle business, and you're out before the sun's down, go grab a good team dinner and celebrate. So, yeah, Apex is super smooth. I like it.
Awesome, man. And I'm sure you guys have a routine. What has that been like back in Vegas, preparations for this event? Did you use the PI at all, hit up any of the gyms locally?
Usually just drop in Tuesday. It's a travel day, so just get like a shakeout. It might be a run. It might be some mitt work just here in the hotel. Just get a sweat out, some stretching and things. And then today, Wednesday, Thursday, I like to hit the PI. And again, just kind of shake out, use some of the facilities there, like the ice and sauna, and just get some contrast work in. But yeah, Vegas is second home. Everything's real accessible, everything's really easy, so it's fluid, it's nice, and way less stressful here at 55 than 45, of course, with managing weight and preparation.
Which I'm sure is huge, because to us it might just be 10 pounds, but as far as that cut, I'm sure it's been a lot smoother. Has it been a better, not necessarily a transition, but just you've adjusted to lightweight, and that's home now?
Yeah, absolutely. It's and just like the mental tax, you start getting that diminished, it wears on you mentally over time, and so it's just easier to keep a positive attitude. And I feel good here. The last couple of 55s were on short notice. The Hubbard was 2 weeks, and then the Miller was 10 days, and so I feel like I'm actually filled for the weight right now, and I feel real confident in solving the physicality of where I'm at right now.
Yes, sir. And speaking of the names you mentioned, here we go again. Another veteran, another guy who's been around the block. It's almost like that's who you've been matched up with lately. Are you surprised at all, or is this a name that came across the table and you're like, okay, we have a game plan already for this guy? We've seen tape.
Yeah. I like the offer, and like you said, it's a pretty familiar form. He's unique than the other guys, but familiar, and so I like the odds of that kind of matchup.
We just saw you in action in October. So now it's more of like staying active. Is this a good turnaround for you to where like it's meeting the goals for this year?
Yes, sir. Yeah, I was trying to slide into February, but March is great. Yeah, I mean, I would love an active year, but that's also going to fall on my shoulders of just getting some fucking consistent dubs for once. So we can do that, then yeah, we can have the year we want, and that's what I'm looking to do this year. Kind of show out or shut up.
What have you? Because you're still growing in your career, you're still growing in the sport. What are the things that you've tweaked to kind of get some momentum going, get back into the rankings, get these dubs?
Yeah, we're in a really cool fold right now. Me, Brandon, Royval, and Clay Motza start our own group. We're still kind of having an anonymous name right now with the boys, but we got great energy. We have about 3 other cats in there with us, and we've just been really focusing on each other and specifically what we need to win a specific fight, and then also just our overall growth, and I feel like it's really made a great turn. I also had the fortune of working with Pastor Whitman, Trevor Whitman a couple times a week, and just a few hours with that guy makes a world of difference. And so I really feel like I've been able to evolve significantly in the last 6 months and still find growth at this stage. And a lot of enthusiasm. That's kind of like the nature of it. If you can be enthusiastic about what you're doing, then you can find growth. And I feel like that's where I'm at.
And that's fantastic, because you have some guys out there like the Cobra Coopers that are just been in the game for so long, been there, done that. And that has to bring something special, right, to the team, to where there's a guy who's been there, done that, seen it all, and can give you something that'll keep things fresh and maybe keep the love going for the sport, if you will. Yeah,
100%. And just surrounding yourself with obsessed, humble partners and leaders. And that's really what we've been able to do, and it's real exciting. And with Clay Motza, we got autism in the trenches. We're out here fighting the good fight, and my boy is as obsessed with fighting and kind of psychotic about as can be, and super humble in the approach. And so it's been it's been a really fun process that we've had building this team and preparing for this fight.
That's awesome, man. Great to hear. What are the keys to victory? What are some of the things that we need to get done so that you can keep this momentum and get your hand raised on Saturday at the Apex?
Yeah, everything's going to come from, defense range timing. A lot of times in the past, I've come from a place of offense first, and I've worked on just being a little more tactful in that, being a little bit more in my space, and I think I'll be sharper. I think I'll be sharper, and I think I'll be able to just exploit his offense. Yeah, I don't want to give too much away, but I feel confident the way that we'll meet him. I feel like we've got a good strategy for it, and I think I'll be more dynamic. I think I'll have better management of all the above. I mean, I don't want to get too much into it, but yeah, I feel good about it.
Awesome, man. A sharp Hernandez is a very dangerous guy. Can't wait to see it on Saturday.
Thank you very much.
Alex, you put a lot of pressure on yourself early in your UFC career. Do you still have that same pressure that you put on yourself, or has there been any changes in your approach?
Yeah, 100%. No, I don't take myself or I don't want to say the game too seriously, because I do have a lot of reverence for it. But no, I don't put anything on the same pedestal as I used to be. And I realize different stages, and there's new pressures now. There's security pressures, and but I kind of put that in the back, because I'm very much at a stage where if I don't do what I want to do and perform the way I want to perform, I'm tired of this back and forth shit. Dude, I'll walk. I don't care to do it. So I'm really here feeling liberated. I'll choose to sign the contract. You don't have to kick me anywhere. You know what I mean? If I set forth and do what I want to do, then I'm going to keep doing it. And that's kind of where I'm at. So no, the pressure's off. I feel like it's a decision, and I'm grateful to be able to do it. But no, I'm not trying to be the next anything or take myself too seriously. I'm certainly confident and comfortable in the space I'm in, and just really want to just impress myself. I'm excited to do that.
Good luck on Saturday.
Thank you.
When you say impress yourself, is that something that you've always done, or was there a point where you felt like you had to impress the UFC brass, or you had to impress the fans, and now you've came to a point where as long as you're happy, you're happy with what happens out there? Was that some point it changed to that, or has it always kind of been like that for you?
I'm such a perfectionist prick that honestly, if I'm happy, then I feel like everyone's probably happy, because I'm not happy with it a lot. Yeah. and I've had a handful where I have been, but yeah, I think there has been in the past too much concern about the outside, and I'm not. I've weathered enough storms from the outside, so no, yeah, it's definitely come to peace with all that, and just doing it for the love of doing it, and because I want to. Again, if I want to show out, winning's not enough. We know that. And I don't want to get by with wins. I want to stunt. That's what I want to do. I want to go out there and stunt. And so if I'm not doing that, I don't want to be doing this. I want to do something else. So I really want to go fucking stunt. I want to go put on a performance. I want to really excite myself. I want to excite the crowd. I want to excite the UFC, and in doing that, I think, I'll keep my own drive in the game. I don't want to just get by.
I love it. You could hear the fire in your voice just in the drive that talking about it. Was part of that, as a result of going to 155? And do you feel like, by feeling better, making some changes, do you feel like this is going to help prolong your career? Do you feel like maybe if you stayed at a lighter weight that maybe you wouldn't have been as happy, maybe if you would have got some more losses or whatever? Do you feel invigorated because you're still evolving at this point?
Yeah, that's really what it is. If you feel, as long as you feel like you're still evolving, then you stay in the game. It's stagnation that kind of kills us. And so, at 45, it was man, I'm walking this tightrope, and if I'm going to go out, I'd rather go out enjoying myself in the process. So that was kind of that short notice back to 55, and just enjoying the process, because I don't really flick a switch. If I'm enjoying the whole process, then I'm going to enjoy the fight. I'm going to feel like fighting. I can't kind of just be miserable for 3 months and then show up fight day and act like I'm in the mood to fight. So 55 kind of just fosters that kind of mindset.
And you mentioned, training, you got this little group of guys, like-minded peers that are in the game as well. How much does that motivate you? I got to think that's got to be an extreme driving force. You can't go into a gym feeling like poop today because you got to look across at who's part of this group. I mean, how much is that reinvigorated, and how much do you guys kind of push yourselves to be even better than you've ever been before?
Yeah, it's awesome because we're just trimming the fat. We're so specific to what each individual needs, and then preparation for our camp that we're not doing any superfluous activities. There's nothing extra. We're just trim the fat and we get to the brass tacks of what we need. And that's just like, especially for someone like me, like I don't want to waste time and we don't have time to waste. So it's like everything we do needs to have a purpose. It needs to be intentful and we need to be efficient. And that's like, God, if we're not mastering that each time, And so I feel real solid on that. And plus we've been able to expand out and like work with so many fun groups. I've had some of the hardest sparring this camp that I've had. Because we're not just trying to be the best in the state, we're trying to be the best in the world. And so we're trying to collaborate and work with everyone who will have us. And fortunately, the state of Colorado is pretty open to that. And so we've really, really been able to build some good relationships out there and keep it exciting, keep it fun.
Last for me, I mean, you guys both have great styles. You guys are both willing to throw hands and meet in the middle of the cage. But there's a part of that where almost like you need your head to kind of kick in and say, no, don't make this a slugfest. Keep this a fight, keep my brain in it. But do you see that portion of him as being that guy that likes to walk forward? And does that maybe set up possibilities that you can catch him?
Oh, yeah. And we're going to have a sick fight. Like either I'm going to have a dope performance or we're going to have a sick fight. Like in the sense of he's either going to go out, he's going to stay in it, and he's going to make it a little ugly. I'm going to try to make it clean, but I'm down. I'm a dog, and he's a dog. So I'm fucking down. I'm down. And I know I'm going to have one of the best performances on Saturday out of that whole card. And so a quiet card like this, I'm stoked for. It's a good opportunity to get a bonus. I got a good dance partner. We're going to put on a great show. And I know he's a tough guy, but, man, you already know what I'm about. So I'm game. I'm down.